Part 2. Hello, welcome. Welcome to Genesis Part 2 of 13. Wait, Genesis 13 Part 2. Whew. This is where my favorite. I get to play around a little bit, get to have a little more open freeness discussion. So maybe get your brain wandering a little bit, get your creative juices flowing, get you wondering, what is this guy thinking about? But dear Lord. Just be glad you're on that side of the YouTube and I'm on this side of the YouTube. And if you don't believe me, you can ask my wife or my friends and they will agree with you. Okay, so now we got chapter 13. It says, so Abraham went up from Egypt to Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abraham had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and in gold. Okay, so of course, yeah, duh. He just came out of Egypt, and the Egyptian or the Pharaoh just doted him with like manservants, maidservants, donkeys, camels. Who knows? I didn't know silver and gold, but I bet he sold some of that stuff. I would have. You're like, man, I need some bread. I don't need more donkeys. Here, take a buy me some gold, go buy some stuff. Maybe that's what they did. Okay, so from Negev, he went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai where his tent had been earlier. So he's kind of cruising around, right? And he's like, I'm trying to find a spot. Oh, I really liked this spot last time. I'm going to go here. It's kind of like camping. If you've ever been camping and you go camping one time or first time in one spot, you develop this kind of sympathy toward it. It can be the worst camp spot on the place. But for you, it means something special. And I think this is the case here too. He was like wandering, going, this doesn't feel, oh, this is familiar. I remember this place. I've been here before. I like this place. This is probably what he did. All right. I said, go in there. Okay, where he had first built an altar. There Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents. I wonder where he got them from. But the land could not support them while they stayed together. That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot of sheep, goats, herds, camels, who knows what. That's a lot. Okay. The land couldn't support them if they stayed together, for their possessions were so great that they were not able to stay together. And quarreling arose among Abram's herdsmen and herdsmen of Lot. So the guys watching over their flocks, they were like, dude, you can't graze here. We're here first. No, man, we're here. This is our place. And so there's a fight, right? I wonder if they had a dance off. Never mind. Okay, the Canaanites and the Perizzites were also living in the land at that time. Could you imagine? The Perizzites and the Canaanites are sitting there and like, what is that stench? It smells like camel poo. Where's it coming from? I don't know. A big huge herd came in the other day over there. You see it? You see it covers the hills. There's too many of them. Look, it smells like poo now. So Abraham said to Lot, let's not have quarreling between you and me. For between your herdsmen and my herdsmen, for we are brothers, right? Yeah, it's uncle and nephew. But you know what's funny is uncle and nephew, this is kind of a cool part. Uncle and nephew. So usually there's a hierarchy in the family, right? Grandma, grandpa, aunts and uncles, mom and dad. And mom and dad's first, and then grandma, grandpa, and then aunts and uncles. There's like who you respect the most. If all three of them came at you and said, don't do that. Grandma and grandpa, of course, that's if they're all three standing there, and then mom and dad said, don't do that. Well, that definitely is important. Now, if aunts and uncles say it, don't do that. And mom and dad were like, I don't care so much. You can have the cookie. You would be more inclined to side with mom and dad than the uncles, right? So, anyways, but he says here, I'm not your uncle, I'm your brother. So we're equal playing field, which is really kind of cool because I think that's kind of like it's also like an adulthood thing. When you get to adult, as you grow up as a kid, there's a hierarchy is respected. When you get an adult, it's kind of a lot more mild. You're an adult. If you're gonna mess up, you mess up on your own. No one's there to bail you out. So I think he's saying at this point in time, hey, we're brothers, you know, it's all good. That's how I view us. That's really kind of cool to have that kind of relationship with an uncle or a relative that's like that. And they're like, hey man, you're my brother. You're close. You're not just a distant cousin or nephew. That's really cool. Okay, we're brothers. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part company. If you go to the left, I will go to the right. If you go to the right, I will go to the left. So Abram's telling Lot, hey man, you pick. Go ahead, pick whichever side you want, and I'll pick the other side. And we'll just, you know, it's almost like where they were standing is a dividing line, you know. Hey, right there. You go left, whatever way you go, I'll go the opposite. So Lot looked up from there and saw that the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered, like the garden of the Lord, like the land of Egypt towards Zoar. This was before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. Why is that important? We don't even know these places anyways, as far as they probably look totally different now than what they used to. But that's interesting that it's put in there, that it's before Sodom and Gomorrah. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan and set out towards the east. The two men parted company. Abram lived in the land of Canaan, while Lot lived among the cities of the plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. Now, the men of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. That's probably not a good people to be around. I'm just guessing. All right. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot, Lord said, I get this wrong. I pause there. You're not supposed to pause there. There's no comma. So it's supposed to read like this. The Lord said to Abram after Lot had parted from him, lift up your eyes from where you are and look north and south, east and west. All the land that you see, I will give you and your offspring forever. So he's like, look up, left, right. It's all yours, north, south. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Like even with today's technology, I don't even think we could still count dust particles. Like we could guesstimate, right? We could say, in this square area holds so much dust and it's this thick and so it's got to be this many. But we don't know the exact number, right? That's how many. That's a lot of people. All right. And he's saying, if it could be counted, then your people will be counted. This is a challenge. This is like a challenge. Like when you get to that point, I don't know. All right. So go walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I am giving it to you. So Abram moved his tents, moved his tents to live near the trees of Mamre at Hebron, where he built an altar to the Lord. So that was one he also already built to the Lord, I think. Remember, he lived by that tree of Mamre again. The trees of Mamre. M-A-M-R-E is how you spell it. I'm not sure if that's correct verbiage or linguistically, as I'm always challenged. But anyways, pretty cool. So that's the end of the chapter, which is really cool. This is a short one. Like I said, it's short. But still a lot of good information in there. Okay. So we know that things are moved. They moved again. Moving, and Lot chose what looked like a great place. Lots of green, well watered, but it's around wicked men. Okay. And then Abram's like, I'm left with the rest. And the Lord said, well, as far as the east is the west, and gave it all to him. Probably enough land that it probably wouldn't have mattered anyways, because there's got to be some good land on that spot, right? So very cool. I hope you all have a great day today. Hope you enjoyed this. Give me a like and subscribe. Please share. If you just highlight the link above on the YouTube thing up here, somewhere around in here. Copy it, paste it, send it to your relatives. Let them know, hey, this guy's reading the Bible. It's kind of cool. I hope it's cool for you. I love it. I love doing it. I'm glad you're a part of it. It makes me excited to hear from you guys. So please go ahead and leave comments. If you ask me questions, I'll try to answer them the best I can. If I can't find the answers, I'll find them somewhere. I'll ask somebody else that's smarter than me. like my wife. And then we'll go from there. Okay? All right. Hope you guys have a great day, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you're at, wherever you're at, whenever you're at. Yeah, something like that.